Hello, I'm Windred from mycrystalaura.com.au. Today we're going to take a look at pendulums and their basic uses. A pendulum is basically any weighty type object attached on the end of a piece of string or chain that is then able to swing freely to be able to communicate or give us the answers that we're looking for. Basically you just take this and stick it over your finger. Some people like to hold it between the fingers and just allow it to dangle over, and then when it's swinging freely, we will communicate with the pendulum to show us a yes or a no. Now this is done very simply just by asking, please show me a yes. In this case, my pendulum, which is swinging out and in, uses that as a way to communicate a yes for me. If I then ask, please show me a no, it swings in an anti-clockwise circle indicating a no. Now please do understand, this is my no and my yes. Yours may be totally different. It could be the opposite. It could be any movement. But once you clarify by asking the question, show me a yes, and you take notice of that movement, that will always be your yes. And please show me a no, and you notice a movement, that will also always be your no. Often when we first start to work with pendulums, and with some particular pendulums, the movement is very slight and we need to really pay attention to the movement. It's barely perceptible. However, once you've been working with most pendulums for a while, they get energized with your own energy and take on this extra life force, and they begin to really move about and communicate with us. There's all sorts of things that you can use for a pendulum. Some people just use an old nut attached to a piece of string. Some people like to use their rings on a piece of string or chain. There's crystal pendulums, some of them are metal. In this case there's different shapes. You could use a teardrop shape, you can use more of a chamfered pointy shape, very sharp point. This one's cut in the shape of a Merkaba, and this one's like a disco ball, and there's a very teardroppy type shape of all the pendulum plumb bob shape that I use. So now that we've got our pendulum, let's begin to use it. So we find out what's our yes and what's our no. So please show me a yes. I know I'm being a bit repetitive here, but my crystal now shows me that this is my yes. So now we can start to ask some questions. Now it's very important that we ask precise questions. One way that you can test is you can say, is my name Ron? And the pendulum confirms that my name is Ron. That's because I am Ron. Now I could ask, is it going to rain today? And the pendulum doesn't seem to be able to make up its mind, but there it is, it's yes. Now, it will always be yes on that question because this is a big planet and it's going to be raining somewhere in the world today. But if I get more precise and say, is it going to be raining where I'm located today? The pendulum's responded with a no. That's because we brought it down to the exact location of where we're at. Now if I look out the window, I can pretty much declare and confirm that it's not going to rain where I am today. So using a pendulum is a simple matter of finding out what your yes is, what your no is, and then asking very clear and precise questions. Some people have a really hard time coming to grips with this concept because they say, oh yes, but you're deliberately moving it or whatever. But really all we're doing is using the pendulum to bring the truth out, to get past our conscious mind, to get into our subconscious mind, to get to the truth of a matter. Now if you doubt this, you can test it with a double-blind test. Have a friend take a couple of envelopes, and then on two pieces of paper, on one write yes and on the other one write no, and put them in the envelope, and have the person place the envelopes on a table or somewhere while you're out of the room. Now you can come back, and you don't know what's in the envelopes, but you can say, with regard to this question of will it be raining where I am today, is this the correct answer for me? Over this envelope it's saying no. Is this the correct answer for me? And it's still saying no. In this particular case, I guess I tricked it because I didn't actually put a yes or a no in the envelopes. But I can guarantee that if you use this double-blind system, you'll always get the accurate answer. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.